Minecraft gives you unlimited resources, but managing them is where things get messy. Every ore, every item, every chest filling up faster than you can empty it. So today I am fixing that. I'm building a copper golem powered automatic sorter that organizes every item I collect, completely hands-free. And to make it even better, I am connecting it to an automatic smelter so smelted ores flow straight into the system without any extra work. No manual sorting, just a system that runs in the background and keeps my world perfectly organized. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to begin by immediately digging out a little area for our build, and I'm going to build it in this cave right here. We're going to be fully transforming this area, and the way to actually go down will be on the other side of the nether portal. And from far away, you can't see really anything behind it. It looks empty, so it's basically a little secret entrance. You have to go through the nether portal in order to go down to the storage. Alright, the whole entire area is now dug out, and I actually went ahead and replaced all the dirt, diorite, andesite, and all of that to stone, so now we don't have to like worry about it being off balance. And this area right here is actually going to be spruce planks, so that's why I didn't make that area stone. It's gonna get covered anyway. But now it's actually time for us to go ahead and start getting all of the materials. We are going to be needing around 500 chests. Now that's going to be for the chests to store the loot and also for hoppers. And because of that, you should now for sure know what step 1 is going to be, and that is going to be farming spruce trees for spruce wood in order for us to actually begin making all of these chests. Luckily, we have a lot of bones. Let's go to sleep. Now 450 chests is equivalent to 14 stacks of spruce logs. So let's get to chopping. And there we go, we are done with the spruce logs. I farmed a little bit more just because we are going to be needing fences and trapdoors and all of that. So I didn't want to farm spruce later on, so I just did it all right now. Oh my, dude, I'm actually so excited I made that 2026 sign because it looks so good. Alright, I will store you in this chest for now. Now, next thing on the agenda is going to be getting some sand, so let me go a little bit far away. We are going to be needing 283 glass. Alright, this should be far away. Okay, I think that's more than enough sand. Now let's go back home. I just realized there's literally a spruce biome like right by our base. If I knew this was here, we would not have traveled all the way back to spawn. There we go, now it's starting to smell. I'm gonna restock it once this actually finishes. The whole reason why I'm actually starting to build the copper golem farm now is because, I mean, look at our chest. It is so freaking filthy. It is so ugly. We definitely do need to get some sorting going on, and that's the exact reason why I am building this. And now another thing we need is actually blocks of quartz. Luckily, we have a ton from when we were actually farming netherite. And then we're also going to be needing some stairs as well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and craft 1 stack, and you can join the spruce logs. Now the next thing we need is going to be 42 glowstone. I don't actually have any, so we're gonna have to travel to the nether. Oh, hello there, pal. Don't mind me, just doing some errands. This seems like a good pile to start farming. Alright, that should be enough glowstone. And I do actually need 1 of you, so let's get a couple really quickly. That should be more than enough. And back home I go. And you can join the rest of the blocks. And obviously I can't forget the copper, so let me take all of the copper ore that we actually got from breaking the inside of the cave, and let's begin stacking it up. Now it's time for Fortune 3. Whoa, holy. Okay, we did not need this much, but I am not complaining. Man, the glass is still getting smelted. This needs to hurry up. While we wait for that to smelt, we are also going to be needing some pumpkins. Now, these pumpkins have been here since day 1 of this series. It's time I finally put them to good use. Yeah, 15 pumpkins. Let's go. And you can join them as well. But anyway, there's some other resources that I do need to get. That isn't that many of them, but they're crucial for the build. So I'm gonna go ahead, put them all in this chest, and I'll see you guys then. And this is all the materials that we're going to be needing in order to actually transform that area. Let me move them into shulker boxes so we can begin building. There we go, the main design is basically complete. I'm not doing the floor yet because under it, I do want to make it an automatic smelter. So now it's actually time to build the copper golem mechanism. 3 here, 4 here, 3 here. That equals to 10. I don't know why I just said that equals to 10, like you guys don't know how to do simple math. But anyway, it's actually really simple to build these things. So I'm gonna go ahead, explain through me placing one of the copper golems, and then I'll place the rest of the 10. But here we go, let's begin. Each copper golem will actually manage 9 double chests. There we go, and since it's glowstone, the top chest will open. Now you need to get your mud block, place one down, grab your rails, place one on top of the mud block, and now with your fences, you're going to place 3 down like that. Now get a minecart, place it into the middle. Now you need your copper golem, but really quickly, we need to actually carve out the pumpkin. There we go. And then to make it easier for you, get some building blocks, build 2 blocks up, and then now you're going to place the block of copper and then the carved pumpkin. But the second you place the carved pumpkin, quickly break the chest. So here we go. Just like that. And then now you want to hit the copper golem so he goes inside the minecart, and then you can break your building blocks and then push him into the chest so he is colliding. And now the copper golem is going to stay in the minecart, he won't move. Now what you want to do is place the copper chest down here, place a building block there, and then also grab a chest and put it on here. Now you can break this building block, and this is basically one copper golem complete, but as you can see, the chest is empty and the copper golem is opening it. And I don't want the copper golems to be making noise 24/7. So what we're going to do is set up a detector to where the copper golem is only opening the chest if there's item in it. So what you want to do is place a comparator facing this way. Grab some building blocks, place 2 of them above. And then all you need is 2 redstone. And then you need trapdoors. And then make sure you place it like that. And now as you can see, this redstone is not powered. The copper golem is not opening it. But the second we place one item inside, this glows up, opens the trapdoor, and now the copper golem can open it. There you go. And now there's no item in it, and the trapdoor is closed, and the copper golem won't be able to access it. And that's basically one design fully complete. And now to link this one to this side, all I'm gonna do is grab a hopper and actually connect it to the next copper chest, which is going to be right here. But yeah, it's basically as simple as that. Now it's time for me to go ahead and build the rest of the 9 copper golems. And there we go. That is all 10 copper golems placed. If we head back here really quickly, as you guys can see, I actually went ahead and changed these blocks to deep slate tiles instead of stone. But that is all 10 copper golem storages completely built. One thing though that I did actually want to show you guys really quickly is for the corners. How do we connect this chest right here to here? And literally all you do is get hoppers and connect it to the chest. Literally as simple as that. And you basically want to do this on every single side. And then lastly, the place where we're actually going to go ahead and depot the loot. Let me grab some chests. Place 2 just like that. And then do that. And now all we're going to do is place hoppers from this copper chest all the way to these 2 depot chests like that. We depot loot in here. It goes into this copper chest. If this copper golem finds it in these 9 chests, he places it in there. If not, he puts it in there, which gets passed to the second golem. And the second golem does the same exact thing. Goes to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way around. And then if it finds nothing, the last and final copper golem is going to place it in this chest right here. Which then this is going to push it all the way to this chest. And then I can take it from this chest and then find a spot for it in the copper golem area. But yeah, it's literally as simple as that. You know, this actually doesn't look bad, but something that will make it even better is Leaves. Leaves always puts the builds together. And boom, look at that. That actually put the build together 1,000,000,000%. Now, all we have to do is begin working on the auto smelter. So let's get to digging. Alright, this is now fully dug out. Now let me fill this all in with glass because I do want to have a look at the auto smelter when I am in my storage. And look at that. This looks pretty cool, bro. It looks like we're floating because of the connected glass. And then you have the torches. That honestly just makes the area look a million times better. Now you guys are probably wondering, how do I get out of here? Because this is our entrance to go back here. Well, that is actually going to be really simple. So let me really quickly grab some sticky pistons, some redstone, and then we are also going to be needing some repeaters. And also our lever. We cannot forget that. Let's place the lever here and then we're gonna have it turned off for now. But what we're gonna do is place a sticky piston here and also one here. Same with this side as well. So just like that. Now we're gonna come behind. We're going to be placing one repeater here and then one repeater here as well. We're gonna place a block and then redstone connecting to it. One more repeater here just so it doesn't have a short circuit. Oh wait, hold on. We actually need to make this repeater the other way. There we go. And then come over here, place another repeater there, put redstone going all the way here, another 2 repeaters, another block, and then we are going to do it just like that. Now, all we have to do is place stone in these areas like that. Okay, we do have a lot of stone in this shulker because of the place we just dug out. Let me then fill up that one. Now, all I have to do is flick the lever, and just like that, now we have a stair to go back up. And now if I want to go to the back, I just flip the lever again. Just like that, it is now open and I can go back here. I honestly didn't watch a YouTube video for this or even the automatic smelter that I'm about to create. The only thing that I actually used Google to help me out with is the copper golems because, dude, they are so confusing to work. And the credit should be in the description. So if you want to replicate the design, make sure you do go ahead and check the video out. Anyway, though, that should be everything complete. The only thing we have left is actually building the auto smelter. So I think I'm going to begin working on that now. And now for our auto smelter, I'm gonna actually make a little tiny bamboo farm so we have infinite fuel. And there we go. We just went ahead and fully built the bamboo farm. I was gonna do a replay mod, I'm not gonna lie, but I completely messed it up the first time. I had to rebuild it, so I turned off replay mod, but I never started it back up. But it's really simple to build. All we needed was to place pistons, observers on top, and then redstone behind it. And then now whenever one of the bamboos on this side goes all the way to the third one, the whole entire pistons are gonna go ahead and go for this side only. And then same with this side. If one of them hits 3, only this side is gonna move, as you guys just saw right there. And now if you have a hopper under the mud block, for some reason the items are gonna go through down to the hopper. So that's why we are using mud. There's hoppers behind the whole entire thing going all the way around to here, going into this chest, which then this chest is connected to another hopper. As you guys can see, we already have a stack and 4 bamboo in here. Now we're going to be placing down our minecart with hoppers. And then the minecart with hoppers is going to take bamboo, fill up the fuel of every single furnace. Let's place this one here. And then we can place that one as well. As you guys can see, all of the item is going into this minecart hopper. Now the minecart hopper right there is going to fill up all of the furnaces with bamboo, as you can see right here. Now this is basically going to be an infinite fuel farm. I know it's tiny, but we're barely going to be smelting stuff, and I am on like a lot. So the farm is going to be running in the background. This chest is guaranteed to get full very, very quickly. So yeah, we basically now have infinite fuel. But now, you all are probably wondering, where do the items go once everything is being smelted? So right now, all of them will end up in this hopper right here because we don't actually have this part of the smelter built. And I do want to actually work on building that now. First things first, what I'm actually going to build is the floating water. I don't know what it's called. It's like the bubble water, the one that levitates you to the top, by placing 1 soul sand, and also we have 2 water buckets. I don't have any kelp, unfortunately, but it's fine. We don't need it. We're going to make infinite water. We're going to take water, and then we're going to begin placing it here. So we actually need to place our dropper, which I do want to go get right here. Now let's place the dropper, block this off, and then now we can begin placing water just like that. Let me break this wall there. And we're just going to take water from here again. All right, this is going to be a bit messy, but we do have to do it like this, unfortunately. There we go. And now we don't need the water anymore, but I will actually take 2 extra buckets just in case. And now we have the dropper throwing items all the way to the top. Let me connect hoppers to the dropper. And then now we need to make a redstone clock. So let me place 2 redstone like that. Let me get repeaters. Let's place it down like this. There we go. 1 tick on that one. And then put everything down like that. Let's take down our redstone torch. Place it down. Let it all activate. And then we're going to break it and immediately replace it with redstone dust. There we go. Now we have a infinite clock. That goes ahead and triggers the dropper. So whenever an item goes in there, it's going to throw it 1 at a time. And all of the items is going to be at the top of the water, as you can see here. And you can already probably guess where the items are going to go. That's right. They're going to go into the depot chest. So let's quickly set up a quick contraption for that. Let's make another infinite water. Now we can place that back. And that is the whole entire contraption complete. We don't need this infinite water anymore. Let's break everything. All right, but just like that, I am confident to say that this whole entire build is now finally complete. We have the copper golem storage done. We have the auto smelter fully done. And then we even have the path to go from up and down fully done. And now it's time for the not so fun part. We actually need to begin organizing. So I'm gonna do really quickly is just go ahead, get all of the loot we have upstairs down here and begin organizing them based on sections. Like for example, this will be for ores, blocks, random stuff, all of that. I'm gonna go do all that. This is gonna take a minute. We're only gonna have to do it once, and then from here on out, all we have to do is just depot loot in here and it'll automatically go into all of the chests. So yeah, I'm actually really excited, and let's not waste any more time. Let me immediately start organizing. Okay, I have been sorting for like the last 30 minutes. I'm not gonna lie, but we finally finished. If we have a look, I went ahead and just like basically put random blocks in every single chest. I basically sorted everything. This is going to be mineral ores. This is going to be ingots. This is going to be the blocks. And then we even have iron separated, redstone separated, and also our redstone stuff. All of these are where each of these items are gonna go. Now, because we don't actually have a lot of things, and because this is ginormous, we've only filled up sections from here all the way to there. All of this is still empty. There's nothing here. I mean, we don't have this much loot to fill up everything, which is kind of a good thing, I'm not gonna lie. But even some chests over here are completely empty, as you guys can see. Not all of them are full. I mean, there's even blanks in these chests right here, but for here, this is going to be our food chest, our bone and bone meal chest. We even have mob drops, all of our farming stuff, and then this is going to be like potions and stuff, so that's why they're all in here. But yeah, now all of the chests that are empty, we're just gonna go ahead and put a replacement item instead, which is going to be netherrack. Literally only 1 piece. Okay, there we go. I just filled every single chest with 1 netherrack. We actually have 66 chests that are empty, which is kind of insane. That is literally so much storage. But let me really quickly do something. So we have 17 glass bottles, and if I go ahead and take this glass bottle out of here, put it into this chest, which is going to be our depot chest, it should end up over here if we did everything correctly. Now the copper golems for some reason are like extremely slow, so this is gonna take a little bit. I'm just gonna skip over to if the glass bottles do come in here, and I'll show you guys then. Yup, look at that. It is now finally reaching to this point. There's 12 glass bottles in here, and the rest should be in his hand, and then he should put it in that chest, and then now it should collect into this chest. Come on. Yes, look at that. All 17 of them made it over here. Let's go, bro. And now let's try it with something else. For example, let's do it with these 6 iron blocks. Let's put that in there. Now these 6 iron blocks should come all the way back into this chest right here. All right, that should be the last chest he opens. Now he should put it into that chest, and it should come into here. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Is he gonna drop it in here? He's opening that chest. Let's see. Well, I can't be in the chest apparently, but there we go. He just went ahead and put the 6 blocks of iron in there. This auto sorter is working perfectly. Let's go, dude. And now the only thing we have left to test is actually the auto smelter. But for that, we actually need to wait until this chest is full of kelp. It's almost there, okay? That was honestly pretty quick. Maybe around 1 hour since we finished building the kelp farm. And we already have almost a full chest of kelp. That is really good. Or bamboo. I don't know why I said kelp. My apologies. But now if we also check these furnaces. Oh. Hold up. Aha. We have a problem here. And I know exactly what it is. We don't actually have a detector rail here. Let's take one detector rail. Alright, let's go ahead and destroy that power rail. Put a detector rail there. There we go. Oh, it was in the hopper. Okay. Anyway, let's push you now that way. And then he should be able to come back and start actually putting all of the bamboo in the furnaces. I was wondering why this chest filled up so quickly. They actually need to fill up the whole entire furnaces and all of these item hoppers as well. So it looks like we're gonna have to be waiting for a minute. Alright, so it's been around 4 hours of us just letting the bamboo farm do its job. And by the looks of it, these ones are all filled up. But for some reason, if we come like right here, these ones are like almost filled up. And yeah, look, this one literally only has like a stack in here. So I don't know what the problem is with that. I think because the hopper would run out of bamboo before it gets to this point. Now that these ones are maxed out, these ones are slowly getting maxed out as well. But we only have to wait 4 hours, literally one time. And then from here on out, it's automatically going to be full every time. And when we smelt, by the time we're finished smelting, we're gonna have enough supply in here to restock what we used. So that's the good part about this auto smelter. It's only gonna take this long for the first time we do it. But anyway, I think it is time for us to finally begin putting this to work. Oh, and I forgot to say, I actually kind of redesigned the whole entire way this works. What I'm doing now is actually using redstone blocks instead of the detector rails, because I feel like this is more efficient than the detector rails. There were times where stuff didn't actually go inside of the hopper under the detector rails, so putting the redstone blocks avoids that problem, and now it is actually working flawlessly. And I basically just set up this little contraption right here, detector rail with a comparator, and then a piston with a redstone torch behind it, and then we have one redstone with one redstone torch. What this little contraption does is once the hopper is fully filled up with items, that is when it's gonna let go of the piston, and then the minecart hopper is gonna go all the way around, stop back here until it is filled up again, and then it's gonna go back out. And I only did it to this side because this is our fuel farm. If I did it for the ores, then the only way our items would smelt is if that hopper was filled up with items to smelt. And if we want to smelt like 2 items, we wouldn't really be able to use this. But because of this little contraption, it should work perfectly fine. But anyway, now it is finally time to begin testing. I'm actually going to go ahead and quickly smelt all of my raw copper. And if I check really quickly as well, there is copper ingots in here. So all the copper we smelt should be turned into copper ingots and placed in this chest right here. So I think it is time for us to begin using this. Let's just dump everything into this chest right here. Now once the hopper comes around, it'll fill up with copper, and then the clock is actually going to activate it. And now as you can see, it is finally starting to smelt, as you can see right there. Let's go. And then the furnace is going to output the items from the hoppers, and then the hopper is going to push it all the way through to our dropper. Our dropper is going to push up the water elevator, and then that is going to go ahead, put it into the hoppers to where it will go in this chest right here. So if we wait any second, as you can see right there, the copper ingots are finally coming through. So yeah, now it's finally safe to say that this auto smelter is actually working. One problem though, I think it'll be best if I delay the timer on the clock even more, just so more items can actually go into this hopper, so we're smelting more items at once. All we need is some redstone repeaters, some redstone torches, because I do really quickly actually want to make more. Now the other thing I need is stone, and then we also need some redstone. So let's take that, and now we can make more redstone repeaters. There we go. And let me go down there now. And literally all I'm gonna do is just increase this. It doesn't matter which way you do it. I think I'm gonna just go more this way. Okay, there we go. Now we just need to place some redstone repeaters here. We'll just go all the way to the end. Let's make them all 3 tick. There we go. Now we just need to turn on the clock just like this. There we go. Now this is going to take a little bit longer for it to actually activate the rail, so more items should be able to go into the hopper before it gets taken off again. And there we go. Works perfectly fine. And now let's light up the place so no mob spawns. And there we go. I think now it is safe to say that our auto smelter is working perfectly fine. If we actually go and check, is there more copper in here? Yes, there is. Look at that. There's now a whole stack and 34 copper ingots. And there's even more still coming through, going through the copper golems, as you can see here. Let's go, dude. This honestly worked out flawlessly. I am so happy we went ahead and did this. Not only is it going to be so much easier to sort our loot, but it is going to be so much easier now to smelt all of our stuff. And I like the aspect of it being fully automatic to go into the sorters after we smelt. And I really think this lever just gives it that final touch to make this area even better than it already is. The glass as well does definitely give it a lot of character. The leaves, the spruce, the glowstone, and even all of the quartz. I like it a lot. I am honestly super happy I began doing the build. And not just that. The most important part is that it's hidden literally on the other side of the portal. So if no one tries to go into the nether, then it's literally like a bunker. I could also make it to where this is actually pistons, to where this will only activate if you go like back here, push a button or flick the lever or something like that, a hidden lever or a hidden button. You can do so much more with this. But I think since it is a hardcore world, it is a single player world, I'm the only one that's going to be playing in this world, so there's no point to go to that extent and actually make it a fully secret base. But it definitely is a good build. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching up to this point. If you guys did enjoy, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you've not yet already. And while you're at it, hit that like button as well, just because it does help push out my videos a lot more than you think. I honestly had a blast recording this video, so if you guys want to see more dope content like this, make sure you turn on post notifications just so you stay alerted. But until my next upload, peace.